trapped inside this heart of mine. I'm exhausted tonight, cause I can't sleep. No, I can't sleep. I'll just lie awake tonight, cause I can't sleep without you beside me.
Welcome back to another episode of Zoa Tank Boys. In this episode, guys, we're going to do a Reef tank update on the Red Sea 350. Guys, it's been a couple weeks since we posted a video. It's been crazy. Hector just moved, so we did have to move his whole system. If you follow us on Instagram, we have been posting more frequently there, but we're back to posting every single week. So stay tuned, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. But let's take a detailed look at the Red Sea 350. Let's go. All right, Reefers, here we have the Red Sea 350. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks since you guys got a peek at this tank, and since that, guys, as you can tell, there's been some major changes. The aquascape is completely different. So the reason I took out half of the rock that I had in here, guys, is because I wanted to give more swimming area for the fish. I also did remove some fish. I removed my big powdered brown tank because he went rogue and started chewing on my 8 can. So if you see on the back, it's kind of tough to see it, but he took a big old chunk right there. So he had to go. I did rehome him. I took him to Worldwide Corals and they took care of him. But guys, there's so much more swimming room. The fish are happy and all the corals are doing so great. So for starters, I have kind of like a little Zoa mountain, coral mountain going on here. Got my torches up there, New York Knicks, Dragon Soul. My little 8-can gardens going on there, but Zoas. Everything's doing pretty good. If you guys watched a couple episodes back, I did pick up that little Shops of Horror frag. Guys, look how many heads it has. I think I counted 11. And it started with 1 major head and 2 babies. So, the Zoas are doing pretty happy. The affiliate garden is thriving. Check that out, guys. Tons and tons of growth. But a couple new things about this tank that I love is I added all my rock flowers back in here. So I counted, I have about 7 or 8. Some of them are behind the rock. This one right here is one of my favorites. But this little guy, believe it or not, guys, maybe 2-3 years ago when I got back into reefing again, with at least in the bigger tank style, I had a rock flower, and one night I woke up and the rock flower was spitting up this dusty looking thing, which after doing research I found out it was kind of propagating the water. Needless to say, a couple weeks later this little guy popped up, and I would say, I mean, he's about 1.5 years old and he's probably the size of a dime. But it's kind of cool, man. I've never really seen rock flowers propagate, and having one in my tank that came from one that actually didn't even make it. That rock flower melted when I transferred my tanks, but this guy did, and he started literally like a little pepper flake. So, guys, the tank is doing super well. The shrooms, guys, this guy here is insane. That's my biohazard. Guys, that's a 3-inch, I think that's a 3-inch disc, maybe a 4-inch disc. It's kind of hard to really get a good grasp of that guy. That's a good looking shroom. Back there, I got my OG. Got my little sun-kissed there. Guys, but this tank is doing awesome. Of course, I mean, any issues that I've had, I did have a torch melt a couple weeks ago. A torch that I had for a long time that had a whole bunch of heads. Not sure why that happened. Oh, guys, check this out. I almost forgot about these guys. That Mardi Gras I got from Monique, Saltwater Chronicles on Instagram. Out of nowhere, it started bouncing. Guy's huge, doing really well. Right there, we got the Top Shelf Aquatics, and I believe it's the Infinity Gauntlet Shroom. It started out as one, then it split, and now it's starting to bounce, as you guys can see right there. Huge bubble. A lot of the skirt on the sides are bubbling up. And honestly, guys, I think the key to making shrooms bounce is get them up there. I have these guys right up there cooking, and I've noticed that's what really gotten the lights to kind of go crazy. Let me turn the flow off because I had it in feed mode. Now, if you guys remember, well, if you follow us on Instagram, we had what we called gotta remember the name of it, but it was a mushroom that I found a long time ago, and I kept it, and now that one's bouncing too. It's kind of hard to see it because this is, there you go, you can kind of see him kind of starting to bounce a little bit. We'll see what he turns into. But guys, so far everything is doing very, very well. No complaints. One thing that I've noticed that I don't like in my reef tanks, I don't like corals on the sand bed. So there's a couple corals on the sand bed here. This Ghani is on the sand bed, and the Tracky. That might be the exception, because I really do not like corals on the sand bed. I like a nice, clean sand bed. As you can see, my sand bed is actually pretty clean. I don't siphon it. I've never done that. I pretty much have these guys, the fighting conches, and I let them kind of run wild. I don't have any sand sifting gobies. But again, this tank is a little mature. It's about I want to say it's over 2 years old. I mean, I'd have to double check, but I think it's at least 2 years old. In the beginning, I'm pretty sure, if you look back at some of the videos, I had some of the cyano, diatoms, all that crazy mess. But yeah, guys, tank is doing so good. Look at that Bizarro Cyphastria in the back. It's finally starting to encrust. I might want to add an additional one in there. Got the Duncan in the back. Guys, that Duncan's probably, no lie, I mean, it's bigger than my hand. It's probably the size of it's bigger than a softball. That's for sure. There's about 50 heads in that thing. I mean, that thing is massive. And what's funny is that's where the clowns like to hang out. I've never given them I don't think I've ever given them an anemone. Maybe if I did, they would host. I don't think these are wild clowns. That's why they do this wild behavior. They also hosted this OG a long time ago. So if you guys watched the video that Hector did when he went to the LFS, wild clowns typically will host anemones pretty quickly. So I am going to be doing a video on my office tank where I have a wild clown, and he hosts all the anemones, guys. And there's been a whole bunch of splits. That tank is doing super well. Can't wait to show you guys. But I wanted to give you guys a peek of this tank because it's been a while since I showed you the reef, and it's been thriving. So let me know, guys. Leave a comment below any corals that you guys would add. I do want to say I end this little peak right there, right above that neon green nem right there. I might want to add a Space Invader Pectinia, a little frag. Hopefully this Favia doesn't get into a war with them, but we'll see again. But this tank is pretty stocked. I don't know if I want to add any more coral, because right now it's just got to let it grow. And even that, guys, I mean, I don't know how much more growth I can do. I mean, the Zoas I probably got about 6 months until, you know, I can't grow anymore there. The Aphilias are pretty much jammed already. I don't have much room. Clove polyps, those are gonna take over. But I kind of want to keep it very abstract, clean sand, corals, and a lot of swimming room. So if you look now, there's tons of swimming room for the fish. No one's feeling crammed. No, believe it or not, no aggression between anybody. The powdered brown was the aggressive one, but I mean, once he left, everything's been doing great. So leave a comment, guys. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I can't wait to show you guys the office tank. Alright guys, so I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Zoa Tank Boys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Also follow us on Instagram. Don't forget, merch is out. Check it out. Zoa Tank Boys gear. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Alright guys, till next time, Zoa Tank Boys out.